ASMR video. I'm gonna paint my nails. I'm going to be using this color in the name Coffee Break by Orly. I'm a really big fan of the name brand Orly because it reminds me of my mom. A couple of her favorite nail polishes that she's been using for a few years are by this brand. And this is in the color Coffee Break, number 20575. I'm also going to use this Hard as Nails by Sally Hansen to harden my nails. This is the longest my nails have been in a very long time. I used to get my nails done monthly, either acrylic or gel, and in an effort to be more natural, I have stopped going to the nail salon, and I've been working towards having longer natural nails. It did take some time for the dent of the acrylic to disappear, but I have been using this quite a lot. It's already more than halfway done, and I've been drinking collagen supplements for hair, skin, and nails, and I've also been taking biotin vitamins for hair, skin, and nails, and trying to stay on top of moisturizing my hands. A friend of mine told me that the more you moisturize your hands, the more your nails grow because you keep the cuticles moist. But I am very proud of my nail growth. My nail bed is already long, so it takes a lot for them to grow since they spend all their time and energy already growing the nail bed. And I just broke one right now, right before making the video, right before hitting play when I was setting up the tripod. But that's okay, I'm just gonna cut that one later and let it grow. So first, we're gonna start with the Sally Hansen Hardest Nails. You can use it as a base coat, as a top coat, and as well as an under nail treatment for the inside of the tips of your nails. So I wonder if you still want me to talk to you while I do my nails. In case that you don't want me to speak to you while I do my nails, you could put me on mute. But I guess I'll tell you about my day today. Today is Sunday, June 28th, 2015. I went to work at the clinic. Sorry about that. I forgot to turn off the AC, so I turned on really loudly. I brought my friend over. This is a little bonsai tree. Sometimes I'll put my incense right here to burn. And I before the AC rudely interrupted us. Today is Sunday, June 28th, 2015. I went to work at the clinic office in the morning, and I stayed there till about 6 p.m. I got some work done on my clients' files. I printed a bunch of documents from the portal. I sent out some emails. I wrote an 1100 word paper. I checked out future court events for my clients and added them to my agenda. Amongst other things. And tonight I'm going to email one of my professors who has the same name as I do, Cynthia, and I'm going to ask her if I could partake in some extra webinars to get extra hours. Most of the webinars for our Guardian Ad Litem clinic take place during my admin hours, and since I'm already scheduled for admin hours, I'm not allowed to count the time twice because it wouldn't be ethical or moral. See, my admin hours are on Tuesdays from 11 to 1:30, and almost all of the webinars, on Thursdays, and almost all of the webinars are scheduled for that same exact time frame. So I could watch them during my admin hours, but then I wouldn't be able to count 2 admin hours and 2 webinar hours during the same 2-hour time frame. 1, because you can't double bill, and 2, because during my admin hours I already have a lot of things to do, like answer phone calls, download files into the network, shred papers, make sure the client information is in Clio, and so on and so forth, and whatever Dr. Grimmage needs me to do. One of the many things that I miss about living in Point Siena with my mom is the quiet and stillness of the community. I'm in Orlando for the summer to be closer to the courthouse, to be closer to the law school, and it's just very noisy out here. I do miss the tranquility of Point Siena, but I am very thankful to spend the summer here and save a lot of time from being on the road. I'm gonna let them dry, the clear coat, a little bit more. They look pretty dry, right? I really love this color. I've been using it for years. I'm a big fan of nudes and neutrals and earth tones. When it comes to clothing, nail polishes, lipsticks, eyeshadows, I'm pretty boring and I stick to the same natural, neutral earth tones. I had a really interesting conversation the other day with someone very special to me, and we were discussing time travel, as most of you do, and the existence of time and space. I remember in high school when I was taking college classes at night through the dual enrollment program, high school in the morning, college at night. I had a humanities professor by the name of Professor Wolf, I believe, and he introduced us to this theory, this philosophy. I believe the name of the philosopher was Xenos, Xenos. I may be completely wrong, but essentially the philosopher proved in his theory that time and movement cannot exist in the same time and place because they contradict each other. I did minor in philosophy in college, but I am not a philosopher by any means. I am a lover of knowledge and wisdom, but I am not as knowledgeable as I should be in these areas. So please correct me if I'm wrong. And I do encourage a discussion of your beliefs in the comment section. What do you think about time and space? What do you think about movement? The way my professor explained it to me that day, or explained to the class, was by using imagery of a tennis field and placing you on one side of the field, the tennis court, with the tennis net in the middle of the field. And he described movement as trying to get to the other side of the tennis field. And he said that in order to get to the other side of the tennis field, first you had to get to the middle where the net was. But before getting to the middle, the 50% point, you had to get to a quarter of the way. But before getting there, you had to get to an eighth of the point, an eighth of the way. But before getting there, you had to get to 1/16. But before getting there, you had to get to 1/32, 1/32 of the way. But before getting there, you had to cover 1/64 of the way. And so on and so forth, to the point that you start moving backwards because of infinity, to the point where you just don't move at all, because to move forward you have to move backwards. And I am not the best explainer of this theory because I haven't studied it since, and this was back in 2007. But I will try to demonstrate it with these wonderful nail polishes in just a bit. And then in the comments below, please tell me what you think about it. Do you like the color? I love the color coffee break. I also have it on my toes. I'm gonna let this dry while I try to demonstrate the theory with the two nail polishes. And then, before the video's done, I'll give it one more coat of the clear coat to make sure they stay shiny and get all the nutrients from the nail hardener. Orly, if you're watching this, thank you for my beautiful makeup bag. I have a couple of essentials in here. Nina, if you're watching this, thank you so much. My Cinderella palette is always with me. Once it dries, I will lotion my hands because they are a little rough right now. I wash my hands a lot, which makes them rough. Okay. So this is the tennis field. This is you. This is me. And this is the halfway point. According to the theory, you're trying to get to my spot, and I'm trying to get to your spot. But before getting to each other's spots, we both have to get to the halfway point, which is the tennis net. According to the philosopher, before getting to the halfway point, which you need to get to before getting to the end point, you have to get to a quarter way of the point, which is directly in front of Boomy. But before getting to a quarter of the way, you have to get to an eighth of the way. But before getting to an eighth of the way, you have to get to a 16th of the way. But before getting to a 16th of the way, you have to get to 1/30 to 1/32 of the way. But before getting there, you have to get to 1/64 of the way. To the point where you either don't move or just keep going backwards infinitely. So that makes me question, are we going in circles? Are we moving backwards? Are we moving forwards? Are we moving at all? Or is everything else moving around us? Another thing that I wanted to talk to you lights and loves about today is time as in the moment of now, and being present in the only moment that exists, which is the moment of now. Something else I wanted to talk to you lights and loves about today is the moment of now, and putting in a lot of effort, a conscious effort to be present in the only moment that exists. The moment of now is the only time that you're actually awake and conscious and alive. It's the moment you're actually breathing in. When you think about the past, you're not living in the past, are you? When you think about the future, you're not alive in the future, are you? It's only real in your mind, but the past is dead and the future has not been born yet. The only moment that's real is the moment of now. And it's a very tough concept to not only grasp but to practice, and I battle with it daily. Although I've been on my journey of self-discovery, enlightenment, peace, whatever you want to call it, for over a decade now, I still struggle every day with having to remind myself that the only moment that exists is the now, and if you're not presently enjoying it, then you miss out on life. If you're too busy in your mind thinking about the future or the past, then you don't enjoy the now, and you can never get that back. Thinking about the future, thinking about the past can only build stress and anxiety. And don't get me wrong, I'm not suggesting that it's not important to think about the future or the past, because in some aspects it is. In the real human world, it is important to plan a future and to consider your past mistakes so you don't repeat them, correct? But I'm speaking about on a spiritual level, on a different consciousness level. You have to be present in the moment of now, and you have to control your thoughts and not let your thoughts control you. You're in control of your mind, not the other way around. Please let me know in the comments below if any of this is making sense, or if you want me to explain it in a different manner. Because my goal is to help you find peace, help you find relaxation, help you release stress and anxiety however I can. A very dear friend of mine wrote to me recently on Instagram to ask me about any books that I recommend when it comes to finding peace within. And the first books that I always recommend anyone that asks me that is The Power of Now by Eckhart Tolle and A New Earth by Cartole, and I'll link those below in the description box. But those 2 books have changed my life and have really given me a new perspective. And I reread them from time to time, and I always find something new. And I would recommend looking up his audiobooks, looking up his YouTube videos, or buying his paperback books and having a good read. Thank you so much for watching, Lights and Loves. I'm gonna apply some of this Rose Argan body conditioner. It's packed full of exotic ingredients to feed and nourish the skin. Argan oil, cocoa butter, cacao butter, Brazil nut, and almond oils and shea butter. I think this might be pronounced cupasu. I'm not sure. It's a vegan product. It also has water, almond oil, cypress leaf infusion, Brazil nut oil, fair trade organic vanilla pod infusion, fair trade shea butter, argan oil, fair trade organic cocoa butter, goji berry juice, rose absolute, geranium oil, lemon oil, and a few other things that occur naturally in essential oils. And I'll wait till the nails are completely dry before I finish cutting the broken nail and before moisturizing my cuticles.